country roads take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. Now, mama, take me home, oh country roads.
Across the Atlantic, 1 in 6 Americans are now using food stamps, federal payments each month to help cover the bills at the supermarket. The numbers dependent on the scheme spiked during the financial crisis, but have stayed high despite recent signs that the US economy is growing again. Our economics editor Faisal Islam travelled to the traditionally wealthy Rhode Island on the east coast of America, where he found the use of food stamps is moving up the income scale to reach those who have always thought of themselves as the traditional American middle class.
For 1/6 of Americans, the economic recovery is far from golden. Food stamps, rebranded as EBT or Electronic Benefit Transfer, is the calling card of America's working poor and its living standards crisis. Here in Rhode Island, between New York and Boston, this electronic card meant to control welfare spending on food is gold in colour. And in this state, some towns are so dependent on this federal money that the economy runs to the timetable of the gold card. The first of every month, Gold Card Day, a backdoor local stimulus. The cards are topped up with hundreds of dollars of cash from Washington, and the trolleys and car parks of the supermarkets fill up as well. That's when everyone gets their food stamps.
That's when everyone gets their food stamps. We're back with another roast, and I couldn't let it go for too long without roasting our poverty-stricken sex pig cuck, could I now? So I saw this one. What's this one called? Oh dear, it's called My Current Supplement Stack in January 2022. I mean, poverty. You can smell the poverty coming off of the screen, unfortunately, with Mr. Blah Blah, little Jimmy Blah Blah. Jimmy! All right. So here he is. I mean, you know, America as well as the rest of the West, after the nonsense with COVID and all that stuff, I mean, everything's been fucked, isn't it? Everyone's struggling a little bit. You know, normal working families, as you saw in that report just then, are struggling. These are working people. Mr. Blah Blah has never worked a day in his life. So imagine how badly he is struggling. Yeah. That's why he's got this poverty shit supplements out. But one thing I've seen in this video, I've watched it already, and I just couldn't believe it. I mean, the guy is living in abject poverty. In this video, you know, he's talking absolute bollocks about these cheap supplements and what they do or don't do. And, you know, years ago he was promoting supplements and then he flip-flopped and he said, oh, supplements don't work. Anyone spending money on them is wasting their money. All this nonsense, yeah, because he couldn't get sponsored. Because no one wants to work with a habitual psychopathic liar, do they? So, yeah, he's I don't know what he's doing with this, why he's trying to promote this cheap shit that he's got from Costco supplements. But anyway, let's listen. But what you hear in this is the excuses he's making for the fact that his lights are going out. Apparently he's cooking up some jasmine rice and some cheap cut meats, you know, some cheap meat cuts, boiling them up in a like a cooker thing, a pressure cooker. So everything he eats is boiled to oblivion, so he can sort of munch it up in his mouth without using any of his back teeth that aren't there. So it has to turn into like baby food. So he just puts it into this pressure cooker. I think it's a pressure cooker. He calls it an Instapot. And he just boils it up until it's like mush, and then he can eat it. So let's watch it. But what he does when he's got this pressure cooker on, he makes excuses for the fact that it's shorting out his lights. You know? So I don't know what the hell poverty shithole ghetto that he lives in. I mean, we know where it is, don't we? We've seen, if you go on Google Maps, you can see all around there. It's like some weird industrial shithole. A bit like that shithole paper mill that Brad Pitt and Ed Norton live in Fight Club. You know, it stinks of fucking arse and it's all run down, and like some derelict sort of, just like an industrial estate, like an industrial area. High crime, lots of crack dealers and junkies on the corners and all that sort of stuff. This is where he lives. This is why all the windows are boarded up. This is why he doesn't go out at night. He creeps out in the daytime with a backpack on to go and get some Coke Zero, jasmine rice, cheap meat cuts, and this shit that he's got on his box. The guy is living in absolute squalor. I mean, he fucking sits at a box while sitting on a bench, a bench press bench. Alright, shall we start the video? Oh, yes, please, let's. Let's hear what wonderful things Mr. Blah Blah, little Jimmy Blah Blah, Jimmy, is gonna say. Come on, then.
Jason Blaha here, and today this is going to be outside of the normal rotation. The breakfast chats that I do are pretty far behind. Some of the ones I have now probably won't even be up for 3 months, 4 months, because I'm not concerned with uploading that many. They're just there as fillers. The channel is mostly at this point about documenting my training, tons of client logs, Q&A, stuff like that. But, you know, people have asked me recently, since I've been cutting again, people have noticed, obviously I've gotten a lot leaner, like, what is...
This isn't my audio that's bad, it's his audio that's bad. And because he says it's undulating hearing, yeah, he's still trying to pull that scam. Remember that scam that netted him? Yeah, let's have a look. Look. For my friends and family who know about my medical condition, my disability case will be heard before a federal judge this afternoon. Please wish me luck with a positive outcome. My lawyer, as if he can hire a lawyer, it's some state-run, sort of state-appointed, cheap fucking lawyer that deals with crackheads. You know, basic. You know, just supplied by the government. Anyway, my lawyer thinks we have a good chance of winning, and 2 years of disability back pay would be life-changing for me right now. This was in 2010. He was trying to get the government disability fake money, you know, fake disability benefits back then. Undulating hearing. I mean, absolute scum. Lazy. Never wanted to work a day in his life. You know, his wife, stupid bitch, was catfished, wasn't she? You know, oh yes, I was a merc in the powder wars. You know, she believed all that nonsense. Paid for his ticket to come to the UK. Anyway, she soon learnt that lesson, didn't she? The hard way, you know. Some fat slob that just wants to play video games and be a YouTuber. And now he is. And look at his life. Anyway, look, he reckons I found this while I was looking. Juggernaut Fitness TV. So some fucking freak on Fitmiss thought it would be hilarious to masturbate and come on a photo of my wife he printed out. Yep, buddy, I'm going to be laughing all the way to the bank. It's all about money. You know, money as easy as he can get it. All the way to the bank whenever I get your IP records from the CEO of 4chan and sue you. Stay tuned, because he knows the 4chan CEO. Of course he does. So he's going to get the pervert that printed out a picture of his wife and shot his load all over it. I mean, what kind of life does he live? Who would print this out? I mean, it's a fantasy. But who would even come up with this twisted, sick shit unless you're really depraved? So, you know, making up a story that someone got a picture of your wife, printed it out, and shot his load all over it. I mean, how would he even know that? I mean, and now he's going to get the IP address from his CEO buddy at 4chan and sue the bloke. Did he ever do it? Did he ever sue this bloke? Did he ever find him? Did he ever have a chat, you know, sit down, little chat meeting with the CEO of 4chan? The guy is a fucking idiot. Anyway, so back to the video. I mean, the guy's a fucking idiot. He really is. Look at him. Sitting in the dark, his lights are flickering on and off because he's got his cook pot on.
Your supplement stack with bite. Guys, I'm not super big on supplements. My supplements are extremely basic. Most of them are health oriented, right? Most of them are health oriented. And at the top of the list there for me is going to be vitamin K2, D3, right? Vitamin D3, vitamin K2.
Did you hear him like just burp? I mean, the guy is a scumbag. He's burping and I don't know who it was. It was someone who was talking, who's against vegans and all that, and he was talking about this scumbag. He was like a soldier guy, British, and he was saying that this guy Blaha has got so many intestinal problems that he can't digest food properly. He's burping and all that stuff as he's talking, and he can't even control his belching and flatulence. His body is rotting from the inside.
D3, right?
So he can't even talk without sort of almost being sick in his own mouth and then having to swallow it. Acid reflux and all that. He's probably got fucking serious ulcers and all that, you know, because of the fucking poor food choices, the poverty food, the welfare food that he gets with his welfare check, you know, his food stamps. Dirty bastard.
For me is going to be vitamin K2 with D3, right? Vitamin D3.
He was just sick in his own mouth and he swallowed it down. Swallowed it down. Dirty cunt. I mean, the guy is a dirty, filthy cunt. If you had an animal that was this badly, you know, this ill, you wouldn't let it live. You put it down. It would be the only humane thing to do. But this thing just keeps living like a fucking bacteria that you can't get rid of.
With D3, right? Vitamin D3, vitamin K2. Again, these are largely about health. This is
Largely about health, yeah. He's a shining example of health. I mean, if I burp now or fucking fart or anything like, I'm going to edit it out. I'm going to start again. You're not going to know about it. But this scumbag, this slob, this lazy tramp, just leaves it there. You know, when he's taking a piss, when he's doing his World of Warcraft bollocks. His ASMR. Yeah, he's just taking a piss, farting, scratching his ass. I mean, the guy is scum on every level.
Largely about, for me, D3 is about bone density, bone health, immune system. Vitamin K2 balances D3 in certain ways. Again, it's part of your calcium metabolism. As you guys get older, particularly you guys who are not natural, this is not optional for you. And let me be honest, if you guys are over 30 and you're not natty, you better be on this. If you're over 40 and honestly you really care about your cardiovascular health, you probably need to be on this. Sorry, my Instapot might get loud here. Got some chicken steak and brown rice going.
So he's got his Instapot, you know, his pressure cooker thing, mashing up his food, cooking it to oblivion in the corner. And it turns out the lights in his fucking shithole cuck shack, all the lights are shorting out as he's sitting there. Watch.
But vitamin K2, it helps with atherosclerosis. Quite a big deal. Also, I'm trying to test out this new mic. We're going to see how it does in a noisy place. Got a new Bluetooth mic. The other one was starting to die out, and it's not replaceable. Like, they stopped making it, and it's for my Canon camcorders. Again, sucks because it was like a $200 mic, but it finally started dying. So again, I've upgraded, and hopefully this audio sounds good. This also gives me a chance to test the audio on this mic because I haven't done any recording sitting down in front of the camera for weeks. So again, let's me test that out.
For weeks. He made a video last time, just like, he says he's got all this shit backed up, but everything he fucking does is current. You know, he's churning out, still churning out 4 videos a day. Nothing's changed. God knows who these idiots are in his videos where they're prancing around in their little home gyms, you know, with their shirts off and all that stuff. I mean, I think they've just got to be trolls or something. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Super trolls.
I actually haven't done any breakfast chats, I don't think, this year so far. No, like in January. They're all going back to December, November. So, vitamin K2, again, helps with atherosclerosis, hardening of the arteries, things like that. These are top of the list for some of my health-oriented supplements. You're going to notice a trend here. Notice almost none of this helps with gains that much. It really doesn't. Like, if you're taking some...
Of course he's not getting gains on these things. Look at him. Look. Mr. Blah Blah, no gains. Fucking hell, look at that. Oh, I've lost weight, guys, I'm cutting. So yeah, what he's saying is true for once in his life. These shitty supplements don't help you with your gains because there are no gains.
Supplements for gains, that you're largely throwing away money. All right, fish oil, and I take a lot of fish oil. I'm not going to go into my exact doses because I take more fish oil than is recommended on the label, so therefore I don't want the liability of saying, hey, this is how much fish oil I...
Do you see? Do you see the lights go on? Watch the lights come on.
My exact doses because I take more fish oil than is recommended on the label, so therefore I don't want the liability of saying, hey,
lights just go on.
This is how much fish oil I take, but it is more than is recommended on the bottle. I have because I take more fish oil than is recommended on the label, so therefore I don't want the liability of saying, hey, this is how much fish oil I take.
So look how dark it is when he starts. and then look how light it is when he I mean, the guys are just a joke. He's sitting in the dark because all the lights are shorting out, and then it brightens up, and then it gets even brighter, and then it goes dark again. And then he mentions it. He says, "Oh yeah, the electrician's coming because the wiring in this place is fucking terrible." You know, he lives in an absolute fucking slum. Check out this nonsense.
Label, so therefore I don't want the liability of saying, "Hey, this is how much fish oil I take," but it is more than is recommended on the bottle. I have reasons for doing that. I believe it's beneficial. I've seen plenty of registered dietitians even who said, look, we shouldn't even be worried about limiting fish oil. Like, it's not.
So he ODs on fish oil because his diet is so bad. He has no healthy or fresh stuff. Everything's frozen and boiled. So there's no nutrition in the food that he eats, which is why he has to just try and jack it up with a few shitty supplements. Absolutely boils the shit out of the meats and anything. I mean, there's no real nutrition in the rice. He doesn't eat anything fresh. Even those silly blueberries he thinks he puts in it, they're frozen. They're not good, not like fresh fruit. I mean, the guy is fucked, and he's ODing on fish oil. So those dirty burps that he's doing, they must stink. Smell like cat food every time he burps, Absolute scum.
One of those where you're going to have health problems. It's a really healthy fat, arguably the healthiest fat, the omega-3s. Like, even if someone wanted to take large amounts of it, the health concerns aren't actually real unless they're on medications that interfere with it. Just like we wouldn't tell people, oh, you shouldn't eat salmon every day. It's just salmon oil. Okay, it's salmon oil.
So he thinks eating those cheap Costco fish oil tablets is like having salmon and caviar. His cope is at a fucking maximum. He's saying, doctors say you can't, it's great for you, you can't do any harm. You can't do any harm by ODing on fish oil. Smelling like a fucking cat fucking shit. No, he has to try and reinforce the lie, doesn't he? All the time. It's eating these supplements. It's like eating salmon. It's like eating caviar. The cope is real.
And again, people will jump up, and I've seen other experts chime in. They're like, why don't you try krill oil? Because there's no proven benefits. It just costs more. That's it.
He's so cheap. Everything comes down to $1. The dollar value of anything. Everything is restricted. Of course it is. He's on fucking food stamps. He has to watch the pennies. He has to count every last cent, doesn't he? Of course he does. Does this look like fucking middle class living to you? If you're telling me this clown sitting at a box with his low-end few little shitty supplements and his poor cheap budget mic that he's pinned to his chest with his lights flickering on and off, if you think this is middle class income, you are a fucking idiot. This is below poverty levels. The guy's sitting at a fucking box. He eats on a box. He's constantly watching the pennies. Does he look like he's making any fucking money? Does he look like he's got any disposable income? If you say yes, you are fucking retarded.
If you're going to take a lot of omega-3, then, inexpensive ones are probably better. But I take a lot of fish oil. Again, health, primarily health, cardiovascular health, cognitive health, things like that. That is the primary reasons I use it. So most of this stuff so far, this is all really health related. Could it maybe help with your recovery? Again, sure, to some extent, the anti-inflammation from the fish oil, the bone density, everything else, sure. None of this is game changers. At best, the best case scenario, your entire supplement stack put together might, in a perfect world, give you 0.5% more gains per year. That's it. If you're expecting more than that, you've been kind of duped by the industry. Next, creatine monohydrate.
Look at that. The lights go out. The camera goes out of focus. His life is falling apart, and it's wonderful to watch. Absolutely. And the more it falls apart, the more he copes and the more he lies. Oh, look, all my clients. Oh, I've got so many clients. I'm making so much money. Fucking can't even get fucking things right on a video. He's got some shitty little microphone that he's, cheap low-end microphone that sounds terrible. Sounds like he's underwater. His lights are turning on and off as he boils his cheap meat cuts and his rice in a pot, a cooked pot, Instapot, whatever it's called. cameras going in and out of focus. I mean, it isn't getting better. It really isn't getting better. Think back to the glory years of when Man Cookie was around. That was it. They were the peaks. That was it. It's all downhill since then. And it just gets worse every video. Look at him. He's fucking dying in front of our eyes. His soul is dying in front of our eyes. Look at, he's broken. Does this look like success? Does it? Really? Does it look like success? I mean, whenever I make a video like this, I always feel like I'm punching down, you know? I feel like, and Mel said it the other day, she said, I don't really like you doing these videos because it's like you're bullying a retard. And it is. It's like, you know, the retard at school that's being bullied. And I fucking hate bullies, you know? I always used to, you know, fucking get the bully and bully the bully, you know, give him a taste of his own medicine. Fucking hate bullies. Because I was bullied when I was like 12, 13 by these big cunts. And then I got big. Started doing karate. You know, get that look in your eye, that tiger eye. Yeah. And they fucking, after a couple of, they didn't want to fuck around anymore. But anyway, I hate bullies. I feel like I'm bullying a retard when I do these videos. But he fucking deserves it. He's the biggest scumbag, piece of shit, grifter, liar on YouTube. Taking advantage of real retards. You know, all these people that he says he's coaching, they're just vulnerable, very, very easy to manipulate idiots. You know, these kids are like carrying a community. They're all like not quite right. There's not, you know, they're all missing a bit, you know, they're missing, you know, a piece of the puzzle. And he's taking advantage of them. Trying to pretend he's a coach. I'm a coach. Anyway, check out the lights again. Pure poverty.
You're expecting more than that, you've been kind of duped by the industry. Next, creatine monohydrate. I don't go with anything special here.
Look at the lights going off.
By the industry. Next, creatine monohydrate. I don't go with
fucking hell.
Special here. It's normal.
I mean, the guy is just a living joke. Lights fucking turning on. It's like he's living in a haunted house. Lights turning on, turning off, things moving, the camera going in and out of focus. I mean, it's like he's living in a fucking house of horror. I mean, it probably smells like a fucking corpse is in there. Look at this, look, the lights go off. Then it goes out of focus. And then they go back on again. Watch.
Next, creatine monohydrate. I don't go with anything special here. It's normal creatine monohydrate. And why? Because that's what's been shown to work best in studies. You can take it plain in water. You don't need proprietary blends. And the cheapest one, the creatine monohydrate, is the one that generally...
Cheapest one. So he just mixes that in water. Poverty. No flavour, no chocolate or cookies and cream or anything. Just poverty. Just mixes it, chalky water, just drinks it down because it's cheap. Fucking hell, it's all about the pennies. Does this look like a man who's making money from being a coach? Fuck does it.
Really does best in the studies. Again, hard for industry to make money on something that inexpensive though. So there's the big problem we run into. It's why other ones get marketed. Simple creatine monohydrate, I go with, I guess, the Nutricoast, which is the same thing as my K2. A lot of my other stuff is Kirkland that I get at Costco. Again, reputable company.
See, it's all from Costco. It's all cheap shit. Fucking, oh, it's just pure poverty. Lights flickering. I'll mention them in a minute.
Nothing special there. Whey protein. Why do I use whey protein? mainly just because it's a cheap extra protein source. I use it for extra satiety. There may be some potential immune system benefits to whey protein. Again, my lights are going to flicker because I got the Instapot going. This is all being fixed, seeing there's an electrician coming out to sort some. There have been some electrical issues in the building. But protein, again.
So his lights keep flickering. Watch.
Immune system benefits to whey protein. Again, my lights are going to flicker because I got the Instapot going. This is all being fixed, seeing there's an electrician coming out to sort some. There have been some electrical issues in the building. But
what a shithole. Look, they're flickering on and off. He whispers it because he's fucking embarrassed that he can't even film without being embarrassed by his dog shit poverty life. Listen, there's nothing wrong with being poor if you fucking work hard and work your way out of it. Trust me, I know. I grew up poor. Grew up in a council place. Parents were poor. Fucking broke. But you work out of it. You don't stay in it. Fucking hell. And he just embarrassingly laughs.
There may be some potential immune system benefits to whey protein. Again, my lights are going to flicker because I got the Instapot going. This is all being fixed, seeing there's an electrician coming out to sort some. There have been some electrical issues in the building. But I agree with optimal nutrition.
Which proves it's not his building, he doesn't own it, it's rented, it's supplied by the government and all that stuff. Because he's got to wait out for a general sort of repairman to come out to do the building. The whole fucking building's rotten. The guy lives in abject poverty. The guy is far from successful. Doesn't matter what he says, our eyes don't deceive us. We can see what's going on. He's sitting at a box. He wears the same t-shirts for days. He eats absolute filth in a pot, you know, Instapot that makes the bloody lights flicker on and off. It's sad to see people living like this. But it's not sad to see him living like it because he deserves everything he gets. For killing his dog, for abusing fucking meth cookie, whatever she was, trans, I don't know, but abusing her, you know, a vulnerable person. For mocking all those people, for destroying the work that they did. You know, we're talking about Jerry Lawler and all that stuff, you know, Jeff Nippard. All those stupid names, all the slander, all the hate speech. Yeah, we can't forget that. The stolen valor, the lies, the deceit, the lies and deceit that still goes on. We can't stop remembering those things. And the only way we stop is when he gets off YouTube. That's it. All the channels he's destroyed. All my channels he destroyed. Everyone's channels he's destroyed because he doesn't want the truth getting out there. So there we go. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to let the country roads take me home. And I hope it's been informative. So like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell a family. Check out my my YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. That's all about a bit of training, bit of healthy living, cars, motorbikes, van life, you know, so it's pretty cool. Check out my Instagram as well. My Instagram is all the stuff that doesn't really go on YouTube, that I don't make videos about, then it goes on Instagram. So check that out as well. Give me a like over there. Yeah, so I'll speak to you in the next video. Until next time, I'm out of here.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is older. country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, oh country roads. All my memories gather round her, miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye, country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, my mama, take me home, country roads. I hear a voice in the morning hour as she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home, very far away. And in driving down the road, I get the feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home.